Check. Check 1 2. What is up, guys? What is up, guys? John Killingworth here for the live stream on imposters. Are you an imposter? Let me know. Are you an imposter? And if you can help, if you can hear me, please let me know. If you can hear me, please let me know. So, to all of you guys who feel like imposters, do you ever go into a whatever situation it is? It could be social, it could be business, it could be like, you're trying to start a business or whatever, and you just feel like you shouldn't be there, Like, you ever had that feeling where it's like you hang out with a bunch of people and you're like, well, those people are so much cooler than me, or those people are so much more successful than me, or those guys are so much better than me, whatever it is. And there's sort of this disconnect with that. You feel like you shouldn't be part of that group, or you feel like you shouldn't be that successful. Let's say you have a certain amount of success, and somehow you just kind of sabotage it. You're like, well, what the fuck? Why should I get that success? It's like, I never had this type of success in my life before. Therefore, why should I get it now? Right? Maybe let's say you're used to getting like a shitty 20K per year job, and then all of a sudden you get interview for a 45K to 50K job. You're like, well, why would they hire me? I'm barely educated or whatever. You got sort of those limiting beliefs going on. And this is what we call, it's actually pretty common. It's called imposter syndrome. Feeling like an imposter, like, holy shit, like, I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. And it's, many people will say it comes from low self-esteem. It comes from thinking you're not good enough or whatever thing. Like, there are many stories that people will tell themselves about why they have this feeling. Like, oh, well, it's because of I was parented by shitty parents, or I got traumatized, and therefore my self-esteem is low, or whatever. I think it comes down to more than that. Hey, what's up, internet user? What's up? Hey, that's a pretty cool name with the Chinese characters. I think we're all internet users. Yeah, including me, guys. Including me. I am Illuminati with the internet. Ho ho ho. But yeah, thinking of, by the way, if you guys have any questions, do not hesitate anytime. Interrupt me. You can say whatever question. Try to stay on topic about personal development, but you can also ask me other questions. But yeah, anytime, guys, you can interrupt me. Feel free to do so. So as I was saying, it's easy on the internet, especially on the internet. You see those videos, and maybe many of you guys have subscribed to me recently. After that last, only for my POV montages. In the last month, I had the biggest surge in subscribers that I ever had in the last, 4 years, and it was because you guys really like my festival videos, and every summer there's like this spike of subscribers because of my festival videos. And maybe some of you guys might have watched this, and you're like, oh, how does he do that? How does he sneak in so effortlessly, right? You see the 3-minute video, and it looks like in 3 minutes I'm sneaking in like as if it were nothing. All right. And it's sort of this you feel like you see that, you're like, well, how could I do that? Or you see the pickup videos and you're like, well, how the fuck do I do that? How does he make out with 5 girls in 3 minutes? And I think the internet even makes that worse, that we feel even more appropriate, we feel even less appropriate about ourselves, because then we see on the internet fucking guy does whatever backflip 360 whatever thing, and then it's so impressive. We're like, why can't I do that, right? And it's just the internet only edits out the best. It only keeps the best parts, and everything else is thrown away. And this just contributes to feeling even more like you're even less adequate, right? You feel even less like you deserve your success, because then you see other people like, well, it looks like everyone has it so easy. Why do I have it so difficult? And whatever. And there are many, there are many things that there are many ways to remedy this. One one thing that you can do is you give yourself a self-esteem boost. That's one of the main solutions that are given by, if you go see, let's say, a psychologist, you go see a counselor, whatever. People will tell you that, oh, you feel like a fraud. It's probably because it's your self-esteem. You got to work on your self-esteem, which does work. But I have an even more interesting solution for you, and that might shock some of you right now. So bear with me. Be ready. So the solution for dealing with the imposter syndrome or feeling like an imposter or a fraud or whatever thing is realize and accept that everyone, yes, everyone in some way, shape, or form is an imposter. Everyone. I think everyone at some level is a fake, is an imposter. I'd be like, wait, what the fuck? Everyone is fake? What is this shit? No, well, to some extent, we all have a bit of this sort of front that we put on, like on the internet, on Facebook, on Instagram. You see all those nice pictures or whatever. So like everyone is sort of like only picturing the best parts of themselves. It's like barely, it's like barely real. It's barely, well, sure, it is kind of real, but it's only real to, let's say, 1%. So everyone is sort of fake, everyone is sort of a fraud. Everyone is so good at being sort of a fraud, you know what I mean? And it's just, and we see the fake shit on the internet so much manipulation of self-image or whatever, that it's barely impossible. It's borderline impossible to see the truth. And it's so crazy. And that's why on my channel and on those, I do those artsy, crazy videos for fun. But at the same time, I make those personal development videos. So you guys, it realigns you guys to the truth. So you never get lost too much, on one side or another, where you tell yourself, oh, well, they've got it so easy and shit, and I have it so hard. It's like, no, like the truth is that there's not that much truth on the internet, unfortunately. With all the marketing that's put on top of whatever life coaching you'll see on the internet or whatever advice that's given, it's very hard to find the truth of the truth. So yeah, hey guys, Ruckus, bro, this life is a joke. Everything is fake. Yeah, sort of. I mean, many things are fake, but I think, many people will say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, what I think is that truth is in the eye of the beholder. It means that the truth, you will find it, through looking with your own rational eyes. And the truth will not be given by me. It will not be given by anybody else, that whatever else could tell you. But I think the truth will come from your own direct experience of life, direct experience of the world and how you live it. Because, hey, the media will feed you a bunch of shit like, hey, this is what the truth is. This is what reality is. And we don't even know what is true or not. And at the end of the day, we don't even know what is true or not about ourselves. So if we don't know what's true about ourselves, then anywhere we go, we feel like a fraud. We feel like we don't belong. We feel like we shouldn't be there. Why? Because we see so much fake around us, and we can't see the truth in ourselves as well, and it's just so confusing. So you really got to find a way to ground yourself, and another thing with people that are fake and stuff like that, or like the frauds that you see around the world, it's like another thing that you can do is that remove the pedestal. You see someone, let's say on the internet, on Instagram, that's like a millionaire, whatever, with his Lamborghini and shit. It's like, those people are human, it's the less you put people on a pedestal, and the more you see them as human beings, the more you see them as imperfect beings, the easier it'll be for you to put yourself on a similar plane, on a similar level, right? So maybe, many of you guys subscribe to me. I think 85% of you guys are men on my channel from my analytics. So I'm guessing many of you guys subscribe for the pickup videos. Like, you ever seen pickup artists on the internet? like infield video. It's like a 3-minute montage. It's like make out, pull. Here, so many girls, like getting so many girls, and it's like when you go out, let's say in a day, and you can't even get a phone number on a day because you suck, or you're like in your head or whatever, and then you think, fuck man, why can't I do it like this guy on the internet? Well, it's because the expectations are set so unrealistically high because of all this manipulation that's done on the internet, all this manipulation that's done, and then you feel so inadequate when you see it, and you feel like a fraud. So it just piles up on top of each other. So kill the pedestal, really kill it. Martin Tordorov, hey, what's up? Sometimes I think even the scientific papers can be fake. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. You know there are many studies that are done, peer-reviewed studies, let's say for certain medication, like let's say Tylenol or Advil or I don't know, fucking whatever medication there is. They will ask certain universities for, hey, can you do a study on my medication, please, and confirm that it's working. Why? Because they're getting sponsored, and they want to, since the university is getting sponsored for that study, they're not going to put out a bad study. Of course, they're going to be skewed towards a positive study, right? So many scientific papers can go in a bad direction because of that. Howdy, Sheeptopia. It's been a while since I've seen you. It's good to see you again. Awesome. But yeah, it's like, like don't believe everything that you see. I'd say, since you guys are sort of, the guys that like Nameless, they like the, I'm guessing you guys are probably have a bit more of a rebellious type of personality and a skeptic type of personality. So I'd say, as a general rule, as a general practice, is any time you see something, any type of information that's, let's say, a little crazy, borderline unrealistic, and just kind of just crazy, always ask yourself, well, how could that be false? And how is it depicted as true, but how could it also be untrue? For anything really, even your most common assumptions, anything in life, right? Ask yourself, how could this belief could be false? How could this belief be false? Because I think most of us walk through life, unfortunately, without questioning anything. We see everything as at face value, but by looking at things at face value so much, we don't allow ourselves to look at the depths, look behind what's at face value there, because it's like an iceberg. I think it's called iceberg theory from I don't know what, but it's like an iceberg. You only see, like, I don't know, 10% of it out of the water, and the other 90% of it is all being beneath the water. So you can imagine, for the people that look so that feel like frauds. I think it's because the imposter syndrome comes from you're only showing 10% of yourself, 10% of that iceberg, and you're hiding that other 90% that you think is not valuable. So let's say you're gonna give a presentation, a public speaking presentation for work or whatever, and then about that one topic for work. Let's say you're gonna talk about whatever finance graph, whatever thing of this, whatever you're gonna talk about, this whatever business. You know very well about this accounting, whatever department thing for 10%, but the other 90% of you is like, oh well, I cheated my way there. You tell yourself, I cheated my way there at school. I cheated on exams. I barely passed. Oh my God, what am I doing? Giving a presentation to 500 people. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? So sort of this, I think it comes from being afraid of that other 90%, or even 95%. Maybe you're barely showing 5% of your real self. Maybe when you talk to people, when you talk to the world, when you communicate to the world, barely 5% of yourself is being shown there. and the other 95% is just kind of hidden there, and you never show it. You never show it. And then the more you go through life inauthentically, you only show like 5% of yourself, and you go through life and you progress through life, and you feel more and more like a fraud, because it's like, fuck, man, I can't be myself anymore, because people have been accepting me for hiding most of myself for most of my life. So then it kind of becomes this self-perpetuating cycle of like not accepting your authentic self, something like that, which can become kind of crazy. It kind of becomes fucked up. By the way, guys, if you guys have any questions, personal development related, pickup related, seduction related, manipulation related, video related, don't hesitate to interrupt me at any time. You can just say hello if you want, so I know that you guys are alive. And yeah, like really, this is the Q&A for you guys, so do not be shy. I know some of you guys have questions and you're burning inside to ask it, but you're maybe too shy to ask. But just ask. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So another reframe that what I want to give you guys about the perfectionist, not perfectionist, the imposter syndrome is that, well, just let go of perfectionism, because I think perfectionism is one of the things that hold you back from truly letting go of that feeling like a fraud feeling, right? Because I think some people that feel like they're not inadequate, they feel like they shouldn't belong there, is because they think they have to be perfect in order to be accepted. They have to be perfect in order to offer value to the world, or whatever you want to do. You don't have to be perfect, because nobody is freaking perfect. And because you think that everyone else is perfect, let's say on the internet and social media, or what they portray, you think that you should be perfect too, right? And I think this perfectionism and feeling like a fraud comes from the idea that you think everyone else has it together and you're the only one that doesn't have it together. Therefore, this expectation perpetuates a feeling of not feeling deserving of your current circumstances, not feeling deserving of your success, because there will always be this sort of value gap between where you are and where you see others to be, right? But where you see others to be is not actually where they are. It's only a perception. Now, the problem with taking a perception as reality is that it really stunts your development. You can't see your perception as 100% reality 100% of the time. I think a healthy dose of skepticism of, you see where other people are at, and you're like, hey, you know what? I see them as perfect, but hey, they might not be perfect, right? Oh, I see whatever Leonardo DiCaprio as this perfect actor, the guy that has it together and like so famous and shit. Oh, you know what? Maybe he does have off days sometimes. Maybe Leonardo DiCaprio has days when he doesn't feel confident. Who knows? And you gotta sort of question your assumptions constantly. I think it should always be a practice for all of you guys. Like whatever assumption you have about other people, about yourself, about what you see around you, all right, on the internet or whatever, even my videos. Okay, you see my videos, my POV videos. Ask yourself, how could those videos have been altered to look more perfect than they are? How could they have been altered to look even more grandiose than actuality? And don't put what you see as like, oh, this is how it should be for everyone. This is how it should be for me. No, everyone's got it different. All right. Everyone's unique. Everyone's got their own perception, their own baggage in life. So, hey, if someone like everyone, and the funniest thing is those people that you look up to that you think are perfect, they feel like frauds themselves. They feel like frauds themselves sometimes. Everyone feels kind of fake. But another reframe that I want to give to you is that, hey, if you feel a little fake, if you feel a little uncomfortable, you feel like a fraud, that you don't belong somewhere, guess what? that means that you are expanding your horizons. Amazing. Here's the solution. I fucking found it. Okay? When you feel like you don't belong somewhere, you feel like the people you're around are too cool to be around you, or that the success that you're having is too good to be true, or whatever, and you feel like self-sabotaging, well, first of all, don't self-sabotage. Second of all, it means you're growing. So you're on a good path. So actually, imposter syndrome, I would go as far as saying that, hey, it's not that bad of a thing. It might actually be a signpost that's telling you, hey, you're growing in a positive direction, and this is for you, and you should keep fucking going, right? You should keep fucking going. For example, me, that I want to become sort of this life coach. I want to coach you guys. I want to help you guys become the best version of yourselves. Learn the truth about personal development, not the sugar-coated version of personal development, but the truth, the way I see it. And a part of me is like, hey, shit, man. I'm like I'm starting to get a following. This is kind of crazy because then I'm going to start charging people for my services. Well, I've been doing this for free for I don't know how long, and it's kind of crazy. So, this resistance that I have, this feeling of, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't do that, or maybe I'm a fraud, it's not a negative thing. It means that you're growing yourself. You're going beyond what you think is, you're pushing beyond what you think is possible, which is fucking amazing. Hello, zombie Terminator. Boom, 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 boom. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I had a biography of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I still gotta read it. But yeah, dude. Hey, thinking of Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator guy. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he always thought that, hey, everything could be possible, everything could be fucking possible. He wanted to be governor of California, and he became governor of California. I don't know if I'm doing his accent right, but he believed in something, and he just fucking did it. He never asked himself, oh, maybe I don't deserve it, maybe I'm a fraud. He's like, I want to win. I am going to win no matter what. He's gonna fucking win, and you can win too. And I think it's one of the best ways to overcome it. It's like, just tell yourself, fuck it, I'm gonna win. I'm not gonna be the second best. I'm gonna be the fucking best, and that's it. And you are so focused on winning. You're so focused on becoming the best that's all you see, and you don't have time to second guess yourself. Like, life is too short to stop and second guess yourself. What? Imagine. Before I click on this live stream, imagine if I just pondered for 10 minutes. Oh, well, hey, maybe I'm not prepared enough for this fucking imposter syndrome live stream. Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I shouldn't do this fucking shit. Holy shit, motherfucker. Maybe people will think I'm fucking crazy, imposter, whatever shit, motherfucker. Like, no, I'm just gonna do it. It's, I don't know what I'm saying, but, you'll never be ready enough. Life is too short, man. Life is too short, woman. You don't have time to second guess yourself. Whatever you have right now, okay? You want to go to a festival and pick up all the girls, just fucking do it. Don't second guess yourself. Be like, oh, maybe this girl is she's on her phone. I can't talk to her. Just fucking do it. That was my rant, motivational rant, guys. Martin Todorov, do you plan to make infield breakdowns? Yes, I plan to make infield breakdowns. It's gonna come on Patreon, and the reason why the infields will be on Patreon is because the girls, the girls in the videos, it's infield from open to close, right? From all the way from talking to having sex, and I want to respect their privacy. Those girls, I want to respect. I don't want those videos to be found out, and even if their face is blurred, like they could recognize themselves, or a friend would know, or whatever, something would happen, and then I want to respect those girls. That's why I try to blur my friends' faces, some girls' faces that don't want to be in my videos. Like, they say they don't want to be in it, I just blur their face. Why? Because I want to make sure that they're respected. So that's why I want to keep the infield breakdowns a little more private. So it's going to be on Patreon. Probably in maximum, let's say maximum 1 month, because I still have some montages to work on right now. So maximum 1 month on Patreon. You can support me right now if you want on Patreon. It's gonna be a link in the. Actually, I'll give you a link right now. Right now. Fuck. But yeah, in not that long, I'm gonna put infield. I know everyone asked for infield, so it's gonna be there soon. I might do some. I might release some previews on my channel just for the time being. But yeah, as an oceanfront lifeguard, I meet new girls every day, whether they are tourists or other lifeguards. What's the best way to make a good impression on someone that you'll only be seeing for 10, 20 minutes? So you're like a lifeguard, so it's like the girls come sort of at the pool, I'm guessing. Oh no, ocean. Okay, ocean. Hmm. Well, it's like yeah, in 10, 20 minutes, you should have good impression. Depends what your goal is with that impression. Is the goal of the impression to get the girl? Is the goal to just make friends, right? Because you're talking about meeting new girls, so I'm guessing that a part of you wants to, meet them, date them, maybe even have sex with them, right? So if that is the case, be fully honest here. Or if you just want to make a good impression, like you want to make a good impression, like just be polite. It's very easy. Anyone can give a good impression, but who can give an impression that lasts? To the very few, it's pretty hard. So what your goal is? Do you want everyone to like you, or do you just want to meet those few girls and bring them on dates without your boss seeing you do it? I don't know. So I guess you'd have to explain to me what you mean by uh, a good impression, because that could mean many things, and that could have many answers as well, right? So yeah, but I'd say in 10, 20 minutes, depends. If you want to make a deep connection, you should ask. You should ask good questions. Learn to be a good listener and ask great questions and stuff like that. Um, Anyways, I'll need more clarification on your question, so I'll be able to help you better. But for now, Sheeptopia says, "What do you think about close relationships, sorry, professional, romantic, platonic, where there is a highly confident dominant person and a person with crippling imposter syndrome?" Damn. So I'm guessing you're saying, how does the person with crippling imposter syndrome deal with a relationship where the other person is highly more dominant or more confident? I'd say, well, depend. Again, I guess it depends. If it's, let's say, if it's your boss, if it's a romantic partner, that would be well, we say that opposites attract, so I guess that would make sense. But I'd say it depends. Is it like a good confident dominant person, or is it a bad, like, narcissistic confident dominant? Because they're like some people that are really confident, but will bring you along. They want you along with you. They want you because they like your personality. They like your sense of youth or whatever. I actually had phases like that in college where I'd feel very like crippling, as you say, imposter syndrome. And then a group of very cool guys or very cool girls be like, "Hey, you should come hang out with us." And I'd be like, "What? They want me to hang out with them? That's crazy." And they were really confident and stuff. And it was just a matter of getting acclimated to their confidence, acclimated to those positive vibes. And it was uncomfortable at first, but it was like a good discomfort because I knew those people were good people. They were confident people. They were cool people, not like the bullying, like popular cool, that shits on everyone, but the actual cool, genuinely cool and authentic cool people. And it was just a matter of being around them more often, being more comfortable around being around those type of people that, yes, are confident, yes, have a lot going on for them, but you can also have a lot going on for yourself, a lot for yourself. And you just gotta fucking you be around them, be comfortable in your own skin, even though it's hard. You know what you can do when you feel this uncomfortable feelings is that you deal with it. You sit with it and you bring full awareness to it, right? So then, let's say right now, let's say we just took a pause right now. Actually, if I took a pause right now, I'd feel really uncomfortable because I'd be afraid that if I paused, we have 11 people watching you, 11 people watching right now, right? 11 people. What's up, guys? That's awesome. That's awesome. If I were to, let's say, to pause for 10 seconds, I'd feel very uncomfortable because I'd feel like, man, I might lose you guys if I pause for 10 seconds. So what would I do in that case? Is that I would, you can even do that with yourself. Is that, like, as you feel the sort of this uncomfortable emotion, you just breathe through it, and you just totally stay with it as you're in that uncomfortable situation. Don't run away from the feeling of anxiety. Don't try to like overcompensate by being more confident. Like, just stay with the feeling. Like, oh, I'm not feeling that confident around this super confident person, whatever. But hey, you know what? I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm just gonna deal with it. And eventually, with being around this type of environment of good people, then your confidence will go up with them. So it's amazing. Good advice you have, man. Thanks, Zombie Terminator. Emerson, bro, with 7 spectators, you still keep going. You're so awesome. Well, dude, 7 spectators. That's awesome, dude. Like, imagine 7 people, 7 human beings that just stopped, like, interrupted whatever they were doing in their day to watch me live. Like, live, it's not like a regular video that you can just click anytime whenever you want. Live, it's like, here's the video right now, and you gotta watch it right now. And so 7 people interrupted whatever they want to do to watch my video. It's like those people. Now we're 9 people, which is great. Oh, connection unstable. I hope it's still working. Hello. I would like to make deeper connections with them and be with them outside of just work. Oh, okay, the people at your work. Okay, that makes sense. Later on, to potentially date one of them or go further. Awesome. Deeper connection. So I'm saying, like, doing like a nice sort of social circle around those people, and also date one of them or two. Okay, that's great. So it seems like, well, it's I think it just comes with, you gotta spend some time with them, and what you can do. What I like to do with friends that I have a hard time with, or acquaintance that I'm not sure if they're my friends yet. I'm not sure if they're my friends yet. And I'm not sure if I have many things in common. And I want to make the gap from acquaintance to friend is, you can do like what I call like the soft invite. So it's like, oh, that's really cool. We both like the ocean. Maybe one day we should go surf. But it's not making the definitive plans. It's just sort of like throwing this invitation out there, like, hey, you know what? Maybe someday we'll do this. And you don't even expect an answer, but they'll either say, yeah, why not? Or they'll say like, I don't really like surfing, but yeah, maybe someday we could do something, whatever. Or they might just shrug it off. Then if they shrug it off, maybe they're just having a bad day, or they have something else going on. So that's what I would deal with, like, acquaintance that I'm trying to turn into friends. Actually, that was one of my biggest sticking points with socializing, is turning acquaintances into friends. I think I'm dealing with it a little better now, but for sure, that's what I would do. Let's say people at work, I would do that. And if you want to potentially date some of them, I think through a social circle, what I've realized is that if you want to date some of those girls, it just comes from just spending time with the group, and naturally, just by being in authentically yourself, and naturally yourself, and confident, and being social, partaking in the work discussions, whatever, is people will just like, eventually you'll find a girl. Like, you just look for those girls. You'll see the girls that are more interested in you. It might be just a little hint, a little smile at you. They're looking at you 1 second longer than everybody else, whatever it is. And you'll pick up on that over time. And over time, you can do the same process as I did. Like, oh yeah, maybe sometime we should go whatever, during lunchtime, just go grab a little cup of coffee, whatever, something like that. Very casual, very laid back, and I think that's how I would go about it. So yeah. Jack Philosopher, hey, what up? Hey, thanks for being here like every single live stream. I see you all the time. Like, it's really awesome. And you, Funny Spaghetti, even though you're late, I still love you. And you guys that like are here every live stream, I think it's really, I'm really grateful for you guys. I'm really grateful for your support. So thank you. There's not time for good impressions. Be honest and direct with your intentions while being playful and having fun. Yeah, I think there's some validity to that for sure. Like there's like good impressions. It depends where you are. It's like you shouldn't. I don't think you should worry so much about um, impressing others or being liked by others. I think you shouldn't spend any time in that. Actually, I don't think you should spend that much time in that mindset. So if yeah, like, it should be more about yourself, more about uh, are you being authentically yourself? And as you're authentically yourself, you'll make a good impression with that, hopefully. And it's better to make a great impression on 5 people out of 10 than to make a polite, whatever, liked impression on 10 people sometimes. So it really depends. If she is interested, she will let you know. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. But I would say that most girls are too shy to like show their interest, like 95% of girls. But yeah, like for sure, she will let you know, like indirectly, at least indirectly. All girls will let guys know indirectly that they're interested. I gotcha. Thank you for the advice. Awesome internet user. If you only have 10-20 minutes, there's no time for reports. A waste of time anyway. Yeah, depends. I guess sometimes it's enough. Well, it's enough for, let's say, maybe getting a phone number or something. But hey, you never know. Sometimes there's some people you click with immediately in like 5 minutes, and some people you can talk to for 2 hours and not connect on any subject. So this can happen. So I don't think it's about the time. It's just it's about the connection. You'll feel it. The people you have a good connection with, it'll be like an intuitive, like, oh, connection, type of thing. And it might not come like that. It might take 5-10 minutes, but yeah, connection, I think, comes over time. Just be honest, like, I like you and I would love to create a deeper connection with you, be with you outside of just work. Yeah, that's super direct, and I like that. I should probably be direct like that as well. Be playful and honest. As long as you're showing up, you are doing your job as a man. There's no magic words. It's about energy. If you care about creating good impressions, it means you're needy. Simple as that. Focus on being authentic. Some will like it, some will not. Good advice here. Totally agree. So, Achilles Castro, what would you say to someone who is going through a hard time? A hard time. It's I say keep going through the hard time. Uh, it depends. I think everyone who's going through a hard time, depending on your personality, depending on where you're at in life, it'll be different. You'll have a different answer for your situation specifically, right? So someone who, let's say, is really struggling with the opposite sex, can't get a fucking girl on a date, can't get a girl to respond to his text or whatever, then hey, your answer might be you gotta go out. Since this is your pain point. That should be what you should focus on, I guess. But some people, it's like they are already like the pain is not from that they think that the pain is that they want a girlfriend, but actually their pain is like they can't love themselves. That's the pain. So they gotta introspect and know, like, wait, the way I deal with that hard time is not that I go chase after the next piece of gold or diamond, because I feel such like a fraud, or I feel like so inadequate, right? Coming back to the topic of the live stream. Sometimes no, it's like you gotta introspect first so you know how to deal with it. So I think many people that if you ever YouTube how to deal with depression, how to deal with a hard time, whatever, they'll tell you all the same thing, right? What are they gonna say? Tell you, yo, just take massive action, man. Don't fucking give up, motherfucker. Yo, just work on yourself, whatever shit, and yeah, that will work. That will work. But it's not just through sheer brute force. Yeah, sometimes sheer brute force will help you through a hard time. But I think if you can take a step back and analyze, hey, I'm having a hard time right now. What are the three top things right now that are um, creating the most pain in my life? And you list the three, and you start with the top one, and then you work your way down, something like that. So I'd say be very practical, not just be motivated. You know. Oh, go to the gym, go buy a pet, go call a friend. It's like you should you should really focus on the root cause. Logically, what is the problem, and assess it, find a pragmatic, practical solution, and go from there, really. And as you do that, don't forget the 80-20 rule, Pareto principle. 80% of your pain in life will come from 20% of the things in your life, right? So let's say many of you guys that like my videos of like personal development and pickup or whatever, maybe 80% of your pain comes from 20% of your thoughts of like, I'm not good enough, something like that. And those are the thoughts that are causing you 80% of your pain. It could be something more external, like a lack of, you don't have any friends right now. So then most of your pain is because of your loneliness. So how do you address that? Learn how to make friends, learn how to socialize, stuff like that. Trying to impress others is just a waste of time. Agreed. Don't impress others. Don't try to impress others. Yeah. Aurelius Poirot. Hey, what's up? We got someone new here. Funny that you're wearing a mask given the title of this video. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great point, because actually going full circle on that topic, and I love the fact that you brought it up, because the conclusion of all this is that we are all frauds. We're all fake. We're all sort of imposters in the end. Why? Because most of the time, especially on the internet, if you were to see me in real life, of course I wouldn't be wearing this mask. Of course I would. You could talk to me face to face, right? Hercules Poirot will be able to talk to me face to face. So then the fakeness and feeling like a fraud wouldn't be as prevalent, right? But this mask is to remind to you that what you're watching is not necessarily the truth. What you're watching is like, hey, have a certain degree of skepticism when you watch a video on the internet. Don't believe everything that's told. Even though I say that, hey, yo, this is my truth, this is reality. I keep saying that, but you should be skeptical of all, because not everything is absolute. And this mask is a reminder, not everything is absolute. Like, I'm not sure. I could be like, I could say that I'm 100% authentic. I could be 100% myself. Of course I could be. And I truly think it's possible. And but we're on the internet. We're on the internet. Anyone who says that they're fully authentic on the internet, actually many salespeople will tell you that just to sell you something. Many people will tell you they're authentic on the internet just because, of many reasons. I think there's always that 1% that we hold back. I'd like to say that I'm 100% authentic with you guys right now, but I'd say I'm about probably 99 to 95% authentic. There's probably a part of me right now that's, hey, you know what? We're on the internet right now. We want to stay on topic, so I'm not gonna divert into like some weird shit that has nothing to do with the topic of the video. So it's that's sort of my philosophy on things. And I don't know if you agree with me, if you think it's crazy, if you think it's doesn't make any sense. Let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to hear your point of view, because it's just the way that I see things. um I think we all have this sort of private life and public life, right? And as long as in your private life you feel fully loved, fully accepted, in your private life you feel fully yourself, you feel fully confident, then your public life, it doesn't fucking matter. Look, guys, I'm not trying to impress you guys with my beautiful face or with my mask. I'm not trying to impress any of you guys. I don't give a shit, right? Because why? Because, well, what matters to me is that I am being authentic with my real friends, authentic at home, um, authentic with the people I care about. So then my public life is different. It's a little different. Yes, I'm authentic with you guys as much as I can, but there will always be this camera. There will always be those pixels in that screen, those electrons firing through your screen right now, right? That make it that it's not 100% like you're talking to me in person. By the way, if you come to Canada, let me know. We can meet in person. I'd love to meet you guys in person without the mask. You can see my real face. See your scars. I think the mask looks badass. Lol, looks like an anti-hero. Awesome. Yeah, I'm an anti-hero. I'm gonna kill everyone. Just kidding. Um, oh my god. I'm not. I don't want to end up like you know what I'm afraid of is that like being the anti-hero, I'm gonna attract all those like dark people that want to just shoot up schools or kill people, and they're like, yeah, man, the dark side of personal development. I'm gonna manipulate the world, and they're gonna bend to my will, whatever shit. Anyways, yeah, I just hope I don't attract the wrong type of people to this channel. Thanks, man. No problem, man. Have you watched the new TV show Cobra Kai, a spin-off of Karate Kid? I loved it. Maybe want to go back to martial arts again. Lol. Haven't. I don't know what that is, but I like Karate Kid. I watched. Well, I didn't watch I actually watched the remake with Jaden Smith. I think it was. It was pretty good. It was a pretty decent film, I guess, at the time. I mean, it was okay, but I like the story of like the Karate Kid. It's like the sort of like step to mastery. It's like the hero's journey of the kid that wants to become a master, kung fu master, or whatever. And then he goes to the master. He's like, "Hey, master, I want to become a karate master thing, and correct me if I'm wrong." And then the master's like, "Okay, let's start with the basics." And then like he just like starts washing the dishes, like brooming the house. He's like, "What the fuck? I wanted to be a kung fu master. What the fuck are you doing?" And it's sort of this hero's journey. I think is amazing, right? I think it's amazing. And one thing, by the way, with going back to the title of the live stream, the feeling like a fraud. I think people feel like fraud sometimes because they don't see the entire journey, right? They don't see the entire journey. They just kind of see the result, and they think that the result should come fast, right? And because it took a long time to get that result, then you feel like an imposter for it. You feel like an imposter, like, well, I shouldn't be getting that result. It took me so long and it took me so much work. If people knew how much work I put into those videos, they'd be like, holy fuck, yo, man, I'd be such a piece of shit. But no, I think, yeah, I think you gotta accept that. Be like, hey, you know what? I had my journey to get to where I'm at right now. And that's totally fine. That's totally fine that it took that amount of time to get to that level. And you should really appreciate the journey. Whatever you want to be good at right now. You want to be good at martial arts, right? Like you, Jack Philosopher. Or you want to be good at, I don't know, talking to girls. You want to be good at public speaking, whatever it is. It's like, embrace the journey. And like, really, the more you value your journey, and the more you humble yourself, I think the less you'll feel like a fraud. Because when you humble yourself, it's like you see the hard work you put in to get there, and you're proud of it, but you're also humble about it. So it's the right balance. You're not like over the top, thinking you're super good and you don't deserve it. And also you don't think that you're down there like a fucking piece of shit. You're right where you are supposed to be. I think that's a great way to close on the topic. Yeah, you're exactly where you should be because I mean, where else could you be? That's where the fuck you are right now. That's where you are right now. So why should you be anywhere else that you are right now? It's like, well, whatever the not to get woo there, but the universe or the world's destiny made so that you are where you are right now, right here, right now. Why should you deserve it if you have it right now? It's like, yo, you have it. Like, this girl that you're talking to is attracted to you. This business partner wants to give you 6 figures, whatever. Like this, it's happening because hey, that's what it is. So yeah, Cobra Kai is a spin-off of the Karate Kid, same actors, 30-something years later. Oh damn, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, makes sense. You gotta balance the goals of your channel and your authentic self. I think having that 2% that's preoccupied about performance is natural. I would even say that even that there you could be a tinge of it in anything where you have to sort of perform. Yeah, I think anyone who says they're 100% themselves all the time, like no filter, I think, sure, there might be some people, but I think they'll probably be psychopathic. Even psychopaths, they actually pass what am I saying? Psychopaths are the best at hiding how they're feeling, and they're at manipulating the shit out of the truth, And yeah, anyone who says that they're 100% authentic, I think you could be like maybe 99% authentic, like what I'm trying to do right now. But I think 100% is like, yeah, you could. I think you'd be 100% authentic in your bed at night when no one else is watching and just by yourself. Then you're 100% authentic. 100%. When you're in your bed by yourself, no one around. All right. Then yes, okay, you could be. But as long as you're 100% comfortable with being 100% authentic with yourself when you're by yourself, then I think that's good enough. You don't have to be super authentic with like your boss, or like if you were super authentic at a job interview, what would you say? Why would you want this job? The interviewer asks you, and then you want to be 100% authentic. What would you say? Oh, I just want money. I actually don't care about this job. It was the first job I saw that like paid decently, so yeah, that's why I applied. No, you're gonna say, oh well, your values as a company are very inspiring, and they're aligned with my personal goals and what I want to achieve in my professional life, and you're gonna put all this icing on top, right? So yeah, that's what I think. Have you read Rich Dad Poor Dad? If so, thoughts on it? No, I want to read it. I've skimmed through it at a bookstore, and I think it's great. Yeah, I might do some videos about money at some point. Not right now because it's not my focal point. But I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. It's been 53 minutes. I'm getting pretty tired right now. I gotta go eat as well. So if you guys have any questions right now, I'm gonna stay another 30 seconds. If in 30 seconds I don't see another question, I'm gonna go. So guys, don't hesitate. Don't be shy. Just shoot all your questions, or else I'll see you next time. All right. So thank you guys for watching, and yeah, guys, don't forget to click on the bell so then for next live streams you don't miss them, and also for the videos that I'm gonna put out. And for you guys that like my Mont festival videos, there's gonna be it's gonna be a sneak. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. And stream.